like for Melissa and Jose to start an interactive game for everyone.
Thank you, Kanal. So today we would like to play a little bit of a game to test your knowledge of criminal justice facts. This game will be a short quiz, and you will have about 10 to 20 seconds to answer each question, and we will have a timer on the screen for each question to give a rough estimate of the countdown. So if you could follow along with the visual instructions on your screen to make sure that you can find where the polling feature is in order to play the game. So in the bottom right-hand corner of this meeting, you're going to see several icons in the first image that are pictured in the first image on this slide. And you'll want to select the icon that we've circled in red here. It looks like a triangle, a square, and a circle. And from there, you'll select the polls option, and that's where you'll be submitting your answers once we begin the quiz. And you'll likely want to keep the polls tab open throughout the duration of this quiz just to be sure that you can access it easily. And please remember that after you've selected your answer, you have to press the vote button in order to submit it. Otherwise, your vote won't be tallied in the final count. And in the event that you have any problems with the polls or you can't figure it out, don't worry too much about it. We're not grading you. You're all right. But if you still want to submit your answer, you can submit it in the regular meeting chat box there on your right. Now, is everyone okay with that? Raise your hand if any questions. All right, looks good. Let us begin. Question 1. How many people are currently incarcerated in the United States? All right, let's see how you did. The answer is 2.12 million people currently incarcerated in the United States. That's an impressive number.
On to question number 2. The United States houses what percentage of the global prison population? And the correct answer is C, 22%, nearly a quarter of the world prison population.
On to question 3. What percentage of incarcerated people will eventually be released? Now, you might know this one from earlier if you were paying attention. All right, as you may recall, 95% of incarcerated people will eventually rejoin society.
On to question number 4. Which type of criminal offense has the lowest statistical rate of recidivism, the tendency to reoffend? D is correct. This may be surprising to some, but most of those incarcerated for violent offenses are less likely to be arrested again for the same crimes. They're also less likely to be arrested again within 3 years of the release compared to those previously convicted of non-violent offenses. Crazy, huh?
What an interesting fact. Really uncovers our internalized biases. Now, true or false. It costs the same amount to incarcerate an individual as it does to educate them. The answer is false. The cost of incarcerating an individual is on average around $33,000 annually per incarcerated individual. Education is far less expensive, actually, averaging a cost of $11,886 per student annually compared to that $33,000.
And last but not least, question number 6. Education decreases recidivism by what percent? That is right, ladies and gentlemen. It is not 17, 27, or 35%. It is a whopping 43% decrease. That is crazy.
And well done, guys.
Great job.
Unfortunately, we are a remotely based organization, and so we don't have prizes for you, but you have won a good feeling in your hearts knowing that you're some smart cookies. So well done to you all.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but I love a good trivia game. A couple of things to note, though. One of the most frequented statistics in criminal justice is the 2.1 million, yes, million people incarcerated at this moment. A sobering statistic that brings to light the issue of over-incarceration. This comes as a result of the war on drugs, the adoption of mandatory sentencing by every state, especially for drug offenses, which further increased the average time spent behind bars. Mandatory sentencing leaves little space for rehabilitation and education in the mental health sectors, which have been proven to reduce recidivism. And as a result of these laws, it's clear that as mandatory sentencing became the norm, recidivism increased exponentially in the 90s and 2000s, devastating the prison systems meant to reform people put behind bars. There is hope, though. Core fundamental value to our organization and a powerful weapon against recidivism is education, which, as we have seen, reduces recidivism rates by 43% on average. The more education incarcerated people are given, the less likely they are to reoffend, with some tiers of education like the master's degree culminating in a near 0% recidivism rate. And this is just one of the reasons why we're in the fight for tech education in the US, even as a young organization that we are. Luckily, though, we're not alone. There are hundreds of registered organizations in the US currently working to treat incarcerated individuals right by providing them the opportunity to thrive. The more people like you get involved in the issue with all of these organizations, including ours, the more of an impact we can have on prisons from the outside, reforming the criminal justice system one student at